Try this again. Three, two, one.
Hello, hello.
Mondi,
Good
what's going on,
evening.
man? It's time.
I ain't talking in the mic. I'm
You're
tripping.
not. I just realized that. Yeah. Are you good, nigga? Damn.
I'm good, man. It's been a while. I'm rusty.
Look, guys, I want to apologize. There was a death in the family. Been away dealing with all of that, so that's why there hasn't been any content.
And yours?
Yeah, my family. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
who
we're
passed? Who
we're
passed?
we're good. We're back. We'll talk about that off air.
Okay, okay, sorry.
I just want to let everybody know the reason why there has not been any content, but we're fucking back, bitch. And
I'm
there's a lot
sorry.
of
I'm
things
sorry
to
to hear that. My
discuss.
condolences.
Thank you, Bondi.
Oh, my condolences to whoever passed. I'm sorry to hear that. Antoine Fuqua loves the idea of apparently doing an Equalizer prequel
Oh,
with
Jesus. Oh
Denzel's
yeah,
son, John David Washington.
yeah.
I mean, it's better than Queen Latifah, right? But I mean, do we still want this though? I mean, speak to me.
So here's the thing: out of the two of us, you're the one that goes and supports these Equalizer films.
They're good movies. They're good movies.
They're not. Equalizer 3 is out this week, I believe. I'm literally not gonna watch it. I have no interest in watching fucking 65-year-old Denzel, fat and sloppy Denzel, doing some of the things that they got him doing. However, a 30-year younger, in shape, John David Washington. I honestly, I think I'm here for it. Like I would like to see it. Yeah. Like you said, the Queen Latifah thing can go to fucking hell. I'm not sure if they got canceled or what, but yeah,
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it probably did. Yeah, but yeah, the John David Washington thing is honestly it's a good idea. Obviously, like the lineage is real, and yeah, I think it'd be super cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn. I mean, I definitely, I'm leaning more so towards yes. I do want to see it. I mean, like, white people have their John Wick, they have their Jason Bournes. Like, we ain't got nobody. So Equalizer, if that's gonna be our thing, sure. Let's expand it out.
Okay.
But I do love just the idea of Denzel. But like, it's also kind of cool to see somebody's son playing them,
Yeah.
in like a younger capacity. Now he looks way more like his mother. I mean, but maybe they're going for the whole, just maybe the mannerism. He has very Denzel-like mannerisms and even his voice. But from a look standpoint, he looks like his mother, like 100%, way more. He looks like his father.
Got it.
We have a live-action Jack and Daxter film is reportedly in the works, with Tom Holland set to play Jack and Chris Pratt playing Daxter. That kind of threw me off. What are your thoughts on this?
Are you a fan of the original games?
I actually played Jack and Daxter 1. I didn't play 2. I didn't play Ratchet and Clank or any of that shit, but I loved Jack and Daxter on PlayStation. And so, yeah, I am a fan, I guess, to an extent.
Okay, so Jack and Daxter 1 and then 2 and 3 are like so different from each other. Jack and Daxter 1 is more fun, worldy. God damn, that's loud thunder. Yeah, and then Jack and Daxter 2 and 3, like it just kind of takes it in like a brand new direction, to be completely honest. Much more dark.
What's the direction?
Much more dark
okay.
and edgy. Just a better story, honestly, because Jack and Daxter 1 wasn't really like a story. But in 2 and 3, there's like an actual narrative behind it. So the names, like Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, I can't say I'm excited for that, but I'm excited for the IP, if I'm being real. Like, I would like to see it. This is coming from the guy who hates everything, apparently. So, yeah, give it to me. Jack and Daxter, live action. Let's do it.
The part that threw me off though was like, you typically, I don't know, I just assume when they cast the casting, like Jack is a bigger person and Daxter's like a little ass fucking squirrel or some shit. Like, I'd assume Tom Holland would be Daxter,
Right.
But the fact that Chris Pratt would be Daxter, like, I guess just the voice apparently, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Obviously.
and Tom Holland's gonna be fucking Jack, I guess. And this is also, guys, second time they're playing brothers, because they played Brothers in Onward as well by Pixar, which was a mediocre as hell movie, but and it's from the same director, Ruben Fleischer, from who directed Uncharted and both of the Venom movies. So yeah, he got some skin in the game.
Okay, nice.
Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa will star in a movie called The Wrecking Crew. It's a new buddy action movie from the Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel Soto. Are you looking forward to seeing these two team up, and can you see some possible chemistry there?
I feel like we discussed the possibility of this happening, so now that it's actually happening I guess it's cool. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to rush to the theater to see this, because we've seen them both play these, like, one's going to be the straight man and one's going to be the over-the-top jokester guy. And we've seen both of them play both of those roles, so maybe it will. It can be something new and refreshing together. I doubt it, but to say that like I'm going to be there opening night for this is probably a lie. It'll probably be Friday. So yeah, what do you think, Money?
Yeah, let's get these two beefy guys in a movie together and let's do it.
To what?
Yeah. Beefy?
Beefy. Whoa. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I never said that word before in my life. Actually, you know, being on this pod, you make me say shit I've never said before. Pause.
What? I ain't never did nothing like that before. Okay.
Hey, nigga Joe, bring it out of me. Oh, okay. Let's talk DC and Marvel.
All right.
The Flash. People who haven't seen the Flash in theaters, I think it's still worth watching. I know it's getting shitted on, but it's actually out now on streaming on Max or HBO Max, whatever you want to call it. Warner Brothers has been putting out these movies fast as hell. Blue Beetle's already coming like next month, I believe. So. They don't believe in their own projects, or maybe they just want to get to the DCU as fast as they can. But what are your thoughts on Max Flash streaming now and Blue Beetle coming out so early after its release on theaters?
I think you touched on it, man. I think it's just the new management is just trying to get the shit that's out, so they can like really tell their vision. And honestly, I think that's like the meat of it. Like they just don't care. Some of this stuff was already filmed and it was already in post-production by the time they took over. Some of the stuff was already in marketing by the time they took over, so it has to come out, unless, you know, it's just Batgirl. But ultimately, they don't give a damn, and why should we? I mean, I honestly separate myself from, like, a general audience member, and even like, I don't even think, like, a general audience member has to see this Flash movie, if I'm being, like, real. Like, I don't think they're missing much if they don't see this. So, yeah.
Yeah, I do feel bad because a lot of people in the Hispanic community have expressed on TikTok, at least, that they don't feel like Blue Beetle is getting a fair shake and that they deserve better, which I totally agree with. Warner Brothers is kind of shitting on them by doing this little quick release. But like you said, man, they're trying to move on, and so it was just caught in a really weird space. And so who knows? And also, speaking of Blue Beetle, it actually earned less money than Morbius did on its domestic box opening weekend. Me and you have both expressed we don't hate Morbius as much as everybody else does, but this is still crazy because niggas was shitting on Morbius before he even came out. So like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of disrespect Morbius got before it literally came out in theaters is just like unheard of, and the fact that Morbius has made more money than Blue Beetle is just disgusting. People are blaming it on the writer's strike, saying that you know they didn't get to promote it like they wanted to. People are blaming it on the hurricane that was out here in California, saying that, you know, California is a big market, which, I mean, those things could be true, but if the movie was worth seeing or if it was good enough, then they would see it. And honestly, the people that are complaining about it, hopefully they actually went to see the movie and they're not just reading a headline and like complaining. Even though I didn't necessarily enjoy it, I cleared my Thursday night and I went to go see this movie. So hopefully, you know, the people that are saying, oh, it's not getting a fair chance and da-da-da-da, like, hopefully you actually went to go see it too. So, yeah.
Basically, we said, if us niggas can see it on opening night, then y'all Mexicans damn show can too. Speak on it, King.
Hey,
Speak on it, King.
I was in there, motherfucker. I was in there.
Chris Miller, who's one of the creators of Into the Spider-Verse, says that some people initially did not want or see the need to include Spider-Punk in the movie, Across the Spider-Verse. His quote is, once we got to see that we had Daniel Kaluuya, we totally rewrote the part so it became more necessary. Do you agree with his decision, or what are your just thoughts on that, I guess?
Spider-Punk was cool. Daniel Kaluuya was cool. He was definitely in there to like steal the movie, so to speak. Kind of like that 2012 Hulk from the Avengers. Like, he was literally in there just to get the spotlight, which is cool. To hear that they rewrote the part for Daniel Kaluuya specifically is just awesome, because obviously both of us are fans, and like we know that he's. I mean, I don't even want to say he's comic anymore. Like, he's pretty much here. Like, in terms of
he's him.
His star.
He's him.
Yeah. Like, so. Yeah. I get it. I mean, I would have done the same thing. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, Daniel Kaluuya is important enough to me to be like, if he wants to be in this, I'm gonna find something for him. So I get it.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. And people love Spider-Punk. Like, he's like, I've seen so many reviews where like, oh, he's my favorite part of the movie. Like you, I liked him. I mean, he was my favorite part of the movie. But I'm glad that Daniel Kaluuya was able to get that shine and respect he deserved.
For sure.
Taika Waititi is being eyed to direct Thor 5. There's no confirmation, of course. He says that Thor 5 needs to be bigger. It needs to have a bigger and badder villain than Hela. What are your thoughts on him returning to the Thor franchise? Many fans have expressed disappointment after Love and Thunder. And what are your thoughts on him having a bigger, badder villain than Hela?
Well, yeah, I mean, to the first point, this, my reaction is not going to surprise anybody. I don't want this nigga back. I didn't want him back for Love and Thunder. And the fact that he's trying to do Thor 5, like, Jesus, bro, like, let it go. But look, Thor Ragnarok, which I wasn't a huge fan of either in its totality, there are things in there that I enjoy. That movie made $1 billion. Thor Love and Thunder didn't, but it still made a lot of money at the box office. And if that's what Marvel cares about, they're going to bring it back so they could make another potential $1 billion. I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully that they can find somebody else that they can tell a better story, because there are better stories. And guys, when I say better, I don't just mean dark and gritty and everybody has to die and it needs to be gray pants and slow-mo. Like, that's not what I mean. Like, just tell a complete story, and it can still be good and worth it. What was the other thing? Thor 5? Talk about
bigger, badder villain.
Yeah, Hela. Yeah. That's crazy, because even Thor couldn't beat Hela. And I'm pretty sure we both agreed that even with Stormbreaker, he still loses. So, yeah. Not sure how it's going to work out. I mean, maybe it'll be a team-up movie. I don't know. Him, Captain Marvel. Who else can actually help against somebody better than Hela?
Doctor Strange, maybe?
Sure, yeah. And then, actually, I'm selling myself. Do it, Marvel. But yeah, what do you think?
Shit, you could argue Hela and Surtur were both more powerful. Well, that's not even an argument. I mean, they're both more powerful than Thor and Ragnarok. So, yeah. But first of all, the fact that Thor might get 5 movies potentially is crazy. I mean, I'm here for it. Obviously, I'm a big Chris Hemsworth fan, big Thor fan. But wow, like typically you think a trilogy and it kind of end it. But no, Chris Hemsworth wants to keep doing these movies. Marvel's like, we keep making money. Like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yep.
And yeah, I love that. Now, in terms of the whole Taika Waititi thing, I'm 50-50. I loved Ragnarok. I did not like Love and Thunder as much. I did not hate Love and Thunder, but I did not love it as much as I wanted to. Now, if you bring in a new director, I'm here for that, obviously. But I think Taika, after all the backlash, even Chris Hemsworth himself has expressed, like, yo, like, we need to change the tone of this shit. I think there's no way in hell Taika comes back and does the same kind of over-the-top comedy if he does come back. I think they both learned from the backlash, because Chris has said himself in countless interviews, like, yo, like, I want to get Thor back on track to being a sincere character and having sincere stakes. So I think that Taika would course correct. In terms of the whole Hela thing, you could argue that fucking Gore the God Butcher was more powerful than Hela, or just as powerful as Hela. Like, he's supposed to be. He kills fucking gods. And so the villain thing, Thor has always had over the top, crazy, strong, powerful villains. That doesn't really hold too much weight to me. But just more so, the change in directors potentially could mean a lot. But I would like it both ways. I guess I'm trying to say that.
Got it.
Elon Musk says Twitter is removing the ability to block someone. His quote is, "It makes no sense," or it's called X now, whatever. Only exception will be in DMs. Do you care about X or Twitter? All your blocks are coming back.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing. I'm not sure why he thinks it doesn't matter or that it's irrelevant, because there are plenty of pages or posts that I see that I don't want to, and my first instinct is to say, I don't want to see this shit anymore, and I block them. So now that there isn't any way to do that, it's a little weird, and it could be potentially triggering too. But whatever. I honestly don't think this is ever going to come to fruition. I don't think that this is something that he can like legally do. But then again, he owns the app, so maybe he could just change the rules. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that could be definitely triggering to people who are trying to like get like what if you're sexual abusers on the timeline, like you just can't unsee that nigga, like that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, that's just interesting for people who care about that kind of stuff. Let's talk some teasers and trailers. Your favorite segment?
Yeah. So here's the thing about that. I didn't get to watch any other trailers. Like I said, I've been dealing with something. I didn't get to check them out. So this will be all you. So tell me what looks good, Monty. Trust in your opinion.
That's fair. It's the only time you get a pass, bitch. Do we have the teaser? We have the teaser for Good Burger 2 has been released.
Oh, I saw that
it's releasing on fall on Paramount Plus. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I saw it. It was a 30-second, them looking 40 years older, which they are. And, the gang's back together, I guess. I wasn't thrilled about this news when it got announced, and now that it's like actually going through and it's on what, Hulu or Peacock or one of these streaming services.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Jesus. I'm probably just gonna skip this if I'm being 100% real. I don't even think I'm gonna give this a chance. Like, people are gonna have to give this like rave reviews before I even like tune in. And
It's better than Oppenheimer.
right, yeah, movie of the year. I mean, I don't know, man. I honestly, it sucks because I'm going back to negative Julian, but this doesn't look good. It doesn't excite me. This is 30 years too late. What do you think?
Totally agree. Totally skipping. Kel looks old as fuck. Yeah, I'll pass on this one. We have the first teaser to Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The 2-episode premiere releases December 20th on Disney Plus. What are your thoughts? Guys, he's a big Percy Jackson fan, by the way. He loves all the books and nerd. But go ahead.
Yeah, I've read every book multiple times, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it looked.
And he's a big fan of the Brandon T. Jackson rendition with Logan Lerman.
That shit is
yes,
ass.
you are, bitch. You know it's got a place in your heart.
That it doesn't. It literally doesn't. Oh my god.
I love it. I don't give a fuck.
I'll never forget going to see The Lightning Thief. I was so excited, y'all. Like, I was so excited. I was like, finally, they're doing it. The trailers didn't look that great, but you know what? I don't care. This is for me. I was so disgusted in there. Like, I was just like, oh my god. Like, yeah, that shit was ass. But yeah, this trailer, it looked good, but they were careful to barely give us anything. Like, they're trying to save everything for the series, which is fine, but I kind of worry about them just expecting their built-in audience to just support this and to carry this. Like, I think they need to appeal to the casual at some point, and I'm not sure anything that they've put out would make somebody that's never seen this be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this as soon as it drops. It's cool to see Edge as Ares, and it was cool to see them, Percy, Annabeth, and Grover finally being together. But honestly, I kind of wanted more for like a first trailer for this. But I understand that, you know, this is new, and they're trying their best to honor their material, and they want people to watch it on Disney Plus, so they don't want to give away a lot. So yeah, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know if I count as a casual or not, but I'm totally invested, man. That trailer looked awesome to me. I mean, I love seeing Nigger Beth and Grover and everybody. I loved, like, for real, like, honestly though, like,
man.
I think the excitement of people like you and like the hardcore fans have really got me excited in turn. Like, sometimes excitement can be infectious, you know, and just seeing how people have responded to just the announcement alone, like, has gotten me so excited. And so, like I said, I don't know, maybe I'm not a casual. Like, I still understand some of the lore. I watched the Logan Lerman version. I watched both of those movies. I enjoy them for what they are. They're not good. They're not great, admittedly, but I mean, they're not like Dragon Ball Evolution level or like or Shyamalan Last Airbender level of bad. So
No, they're not.
So
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
I'm locked in for this for sure.
All right, real quick. I'm sure you remember going to see both of those movies in theaters. I'm talking about Dragon Ball Evolution and Shyamalan's The Last Airbender.
Oh, yes, unfortunately.
Mondi, I can't express the level of disappointment. Like literally sitting in the theaters. Like, I'm a lifelong Dragon Ball fan. Like, obviously all of us that grew up in the 90s love Avatar as well. So being able to see them live action, why did we even go? Because like the trailer sucked. Like, is it just because we're just like, it doesn't matter? Like, I've got to see it in support.
That, but also, like, first of all, well, the trailer for Evolution definitely looked horrible, but the movie was even worse than the trailer. But I went to that movie knowing it was gonna be bad. Like, I don't know if you recall, but that Shyamalan trailer for Last Airbender, like, niggas were excited. That shit looked amazing. They pulled all the best scenes out of just like, it still has great, like, what's it called, like CGI or whatever. Like that shit holds up. But like, I think Last Airbender might have hurt more because the trailer looked so good. Evolution just looked like it was gonna be fucking horrible from the start. But they're both like some of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, though. But yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. Adam Sandler stars in the first teaser to an animated movie releasing on Netflix. He's in his 360 deal. It's called Leo. It comes out November 21st. It looked kind of interesting to me. I mean, you didn't see this trailer, I assume, right?
Is this the one where he's like a lizard or something, and he's like
Yeah.
in a cage? I saw
Yeah.
this, but I think I cut it off because I was like, "This looks fucking stupid." So you tell me what you thought about this masterpiece.
It looked interesting. Honestly, this is like I can tell that it looks interesting because I'd watch this even if it wasn't a Netflix film. I feel like, and I like I said, I do put Netflix films on a lower pedestal. I think they're just all inherently bad. Like you got to prove to me that you're gonna be good. So yeah, I was surprised. I thought it was gonna be like some kind of cheap ass Netflix movie, but who knows? It might end up being that. But thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah. We have the trailer for Outlaw Johnny Black. This comes out September 15th, starring Michael J. White. I haven't seen him in a long time. It's good to see him back. Did you see this trailer or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay, it has a vibe of like Black Dynamite, or like think about like in terms of the tonality of the film, like Django meets A Thousand Ways to Die in the West, that Seth MacFarlane movie. Honestly, I'm so happy to see Michael J. White back on the silver screen, but this movie looked absolutely horrible. So I got to hear about this first to see if it gets any kind of praise or anything like that, because these slapstick comedies, like they typically they're rarely hit or miss, you know. So yeah,
Got it.
But like I said, good to see Michael J. White back. He's one of the best martial artists of all time. He needs to get his respect. On screen martial artist, should I say? Well, this nigga actually fought for real. Anyway, Daisy Ridley, Ben Mendelsohn, starred in the first trailer to The Marsh King's Daughter. This comes out in theater October 6th. You didn't see this one either. Just how I felt about Michael J. White. It's really, really good to see Daisy Ridley back. I think she's a talented actress. She gets too much hate for her what happened in Star Wars. I still liked her in Star Wars personally, and I love Ben Mendelsohn. So this movie has a very interesting premise. I couldn't really explain it to you, but like basically, her father, played by Ben Mendelsohn, is like a serial killer, and he's after her. But it's her father, so there's like some kind of complications there. So it looked like it could really be interesting. I might check this one out. It has horror vibes to it. We have the trailer for David Fincher's new movie, The Killer. David Fincher, of course, acclaimed director from movies like Seven with Brad Pitt, Fight Club, and Gone Girl. It stars Michael Fassbender. Comes out November 10th on Netflix. You didn't watch this either, I assume?
Nope.
Okay. I'm a fan of David Fincher to an extent. I love me some Michael Fassbender. I'm so glad he's back on the screen. Man, I haven't seen him in a while since he did like Magneto, I don't think. But yeah, I might check this one out too, just because of the name attached to it from a director standpoint and the actor standpoint. Trailer didn't give away too much at all. I think Michael Fassbender's like an assassin, and that's pretty much all we know, I think. And last trailer. Oh, I'm sorry, two more trailers. We have the trailer for The Book of Clarence. This is a movie starring Lakeith Stanfield, R.J. Seiler, Alfred Woodard, and more. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. Comes out in theaters January 12th. Basically, it's like a pseudo comedy of like Lakeith Stanfield lives during the time of Jesus Christ, and he's kind of jealous of Jesus, so he wants to act like he's Jesus as well, and like act like he can walk on water and act like he can heal people from their blindness, that kind of stuff. Definitely a movie he would star in for sure. I'm interested. He's got a black cast, excluding Benedict Cumberbatch. From the same director as The Harder They Fall, which I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, but I do see potential in his direction. So I'll check it out for sure. It's got that weird kind of vibe to it that I kind of like, and it makes it feel more original, so to speak. So yeah.
Got it.
And the last big trailer here, guys, is for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Is finally out. Did you watch this trailer at least?
No.
Damn, I wanted to talk about this one. Okay, well, it's streaming on Netflix. Part 1 is called A Child of Fire. That comes out December 22nd this year. And then part 2 will come out called The Scargiver, which is called April 19th of next year. This is the big trailer that many people were looking forward to. It's going to be Netflix's like biggest release of the year. They put a hell of money into this shit. They gave Zack Snyder the keys and said, "Yo, do what the fuck you want to do." The trailer looked awesome, man. It looked just like I thought it would look. It looks epic. Many people are saying it's kind of they might be kind of come at Star Wars. Like a lot of the cast members were saying shit like, "Oh, I'm glad this isn't a Star Wars movie. Fuck Star Wars." I guess they're saying it because it's like a space fantasy, like how Star Wars is, or like how Dune is. And they dropped the trailer on the same day as the Ahsoka release last week. So people were saying like, okay, they're trying to really come at Star Wars. I don't know if that's intentional. I mean, it seems like it might be. But there is like also there was a scene in the trailer where like this guy had like lightsabers, and people were saying like, oh, those lightsabers look cooler than like the Disney lightsabers. And so this is whole beef. Like it could be just marketing, you know, with the whole Oppenheimer and Barbie thing. We've seen that happen before, but it could be an actual beef between Star Wars and Rebel Moon, which is interesting. But that's just the way to market your movie, I guess, probably. But yeah, and also Zack Snyder says that there will be a director's cut for the film, which is like a rated R version, which will have close to an extra hour of content. So I'll be checking out for that as well. Yeah, Netflix is just really, like I said, just really giving Zack Snyder the keys on this. I highly recommend if you're a fan of space, fantasy, Star Wars, Dune, check out. Don't know why Deja's laughing at me. Check out Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon trailer. I think it's worth it.
Got it. I'll be sure to check it out. I saw when you tagged me in it. It was like 3.5 minutes long, but like I said, it was busy. Sorry.
Yeah. In terms of reviews, I only saw one movie. Did you see any movies or shows?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, the movie I saw was called Back on the Strip. This is a movie that
Wesley Snipes, Tiffany Haddish.
Yes,
that was
yes.
out
So
already. Okay.
this movie. Shout out to this movie for having zero promotional budget because I never saw a single trailer for this movie at all. I didn't see any kind of commercials, anything for it. But I remember I was walking through my theater and I just saw like a poster of like, oh, what's this movie? And I was like, oh shit, this cast is kind of fucking crazy. Tiffany Haddish, like you said, Wesley Snipes, Faison Love, Bill Bellamy, Gary Owens. Like these are like comedy, like black legends. Like I was like, why is this not getting any promotional activity? So I went to go check it out opening night, and Jesus Christ, man, Jesus Christ, this might be the worst movie I've seen in the last 2-3 years.
Oh man,
This might be the worst movie I've seen in the last 2 to 3 years. The plot of this movie, first of all, is so nonsensical. But I can give comedies a pass sometimes. But basically, there's this teenager. He loves doing magic, like street magic, and he wants to make it to the big stage. And so he wants to go to Vegas and do his big magic thing. However, he's not very good at magic, or he's not good enough to make it on the main stage. But he has a huge dick. He has a huge, cartoonishly big penis. And so his career path trajectory kind of changes, and then he ends up meeting the Fab Five, which is these old strippers played by, of course, the Bill Bellamy's and Wesley Snipes, and they teach him how to be a stripper. Oh my God, man. This movie somehow, I want to give it props though, because it somehow was able to escape the shackles of Tubi where it belongs, and it got free. This movie got free. It ran away to the north and made it to the silver screen. And I don't know how it did it, man. I watched this entire movie with a straight face, didn't crack a smile once. There's no way you have a cast like Bill Bellamy, Gary Owens, Faison Love, and I don't crack one fucking smile the entire movie. It's just no way. The script was horrendous. It was a first time director. You could obviously tell. There was 10 minutes left in the movie. Sometimes as an audience member, you got to fight back, people. There was 10 minutes left in this movie. I said, you know what? I'm going to take some of my power back, and I'm going to walk out of this fucking theater. And that's what I did. So I watched the entire thing except for like the last 10 minutes because I had to give myself the satisfaction of giving myself that power back. Because I'm like, movie, you're not going to waste my entire fucking 2 hours tonight. And it didn't. And so it wasted only hour and 50 minutes of my life instead of 2 hours. So, yeah.
So, quick story. I listened to Kevin Hart's radio show on Sirius XM. They had
Kevin Hart was in it.
Yeah, of course he was. Yeah. They had the director of this film. His name's Chris Spencer. For those of you who have ever seen Don't Be a Menace to South Central by Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, he played the Hotep that loved white women. My Milk of Magnesia, that guy. He was the one that directed the film. So he came on as a guest and he talked about the film, which, you know, I wanted to go see it after hearing them speak about it. I saw the trailer for this a few weeks ago in a Regal theater, and it looked bad. I'm not going to lie. Like, the trailer looked bad, horrible. But because of the names involved, I was like, you know what? I want to go check this out. And then he just happened to be a guest on the radio show. I was like, okay, you know, this is kind of fate. But I didn't realize it was already out. So, yeah. And to hear that it's that bad, I mean, you know, obviously, obviously you like to say that we differ. But, I mean, an F, like, come on, bro. So I think I have to skip it now. Maybe if it comes out on streaming, I'll catch it, but I'm not going to the movie theaters to support anymore. Just to note, this was supposed to be on streaming. They recorded this in the pandemic in 2020, but Wesley Snipes kind of vetoed it. He was like, I don't do streaming shit, like, which is hilarious because he was in
Coming to America.
Murphy's. Yeah, exactly. But I guess because he wasn't the man on that and he was the man on this, I don't know. But whatever, yeah. So, yeah, that's how I made it to, I think it's like 8,000 theaters. It definitely didn't have a full release, barely any promotion. But I really wanted this movie to succeed because, like you said, it's a Chris Spencer. This is literally his first directing gig ever. And it is an entirely black cast. And based
Gary
on how
Owens.
they were and Gary on, yeah, based on how they were talking on the radio show, I was like, all right, I'll at least support it. But you're saying it's an F? Like I don't want to anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, thanks, Monty.
But I'm also the guy that thinks that Eternals is better than the first Avengers movie. So take that with a grain of salt.
You're fucking nuts. Okay.
Now I put one review in here for something I didn't see, but something that you did actually, which is the Beyonce concert in Vegas. I know you went. I'm a big Beyonce fan. I missed it when she came to Atlanta. I wish I would have went. Now that I think about it, but just what are your thoughts on the Beyonce? I'm not somebody who's like a big Beyonce fan. I know you're not a Beyonce fan, but what were your thoughts on the experience? Did Avi enjoy it? Like, just give me your thoughts real quick. I'm genuinely curious.
I dropped Avi off. I was like, I don't give a fuck about Beyonce. I'm sorry.
You dropped Avi off and left?
Dropped her off and left. Yeah. Bro, she paid $400 for one ticket. I was like, there's no way. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, I don't love Beyonce that much. I'm sorry. No, I don't care. She said that she had a great time and she loved it and blah, 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 blah. But
hold on. Hold on. Nigga, how many times have you dragged her to some WWE thing, some movie that she didn't want to see, and she sat right there with you and saw it?
Okay, the difference is those things are $50 or $20, not $400. So if the tickets were affordable, then I would have went. But I'm not paying $800 to go see Beyonce. No.
So Avi watched Beyonce by herself?
Yeah. Her and 80,000 people.
You're a nuts husband.
What?
You're nuts.
She enjoyed it. She loved it. She said she had a great time.
You're nuts, Julian.
Bro, you can do things by yourself, okay? Be a fucking adult. I'm 30, okay? She's okay.
Nigga dropped her off. That's nuts. Okay. All right. Well, moving on. I will get your opinions on that. Charles Martinet, the original voice of Mario from Super Mario Brothers, announces he will be stepping back from recording any character voices for future Nintendo games. I didn't know this nigga voiced Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi. So yeah, I guess it's a big hit. But what are your thoughts? I'm pretty sure nigga can recreate that voice, but still, that's iconic though.
It sucks, man. And honestly, this is the one time where like I want them to do whatever it takes. Like I don't care if they have to like steal this nigga's soul to like get this voice, but I don't ever want to hear another sound coming out of Mario other than "It's a me, am I?" Like that's all I want to hear. I excused it for the live action because it had to be done. Like he couldn't
not live action.
Whatever the shit was earlier. I excused it for that because it had to be done. He couldn't fucking speak like that for 2 hours.
Fucking racist.
Yeah, it is. But in pockets it works. So this sucks. Apparently he's going to be like an ambassador or some shit, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know if it was like his decision to step down or if Nintendo was just like, we're done with you after 40 years. I don't know.
It's no way Nintendo was like, we're done with you.
I hope not, man. I hope not. But yeah, they need to do whatever they can to make Mario sound exactly like he sounds until I fucking die. And then they can do whatever they want.
Nigga, you can hire me. I can recreate the damn Mario voice. All he says is, "Let's go, it's me." Like I can do that, nigga. Like it's not
terrible.
like
no, it's
not like Peter Cullen's Optimus Prime, where like you got to have a certain kind of voice to really nail that, you know?
Autobots.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. For all the Minecraft fans out there, Minecraft and Disney announced a new collaboration, the Minecraft Disney Worlds of Adventure, which updates the Minecraft with 6 new worlds based on classic Disney films. It's now available on Nintendo Switch. I know Minecraft has a big fan base, and for Minecraft fans as well, of course, look forward to your movie coming out soon with Jason Momoa as a star. So yeah. Any thoughts on that?
No. I'm a 30. I don't play fucking Minecraft.
Oh, it's just for kids?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm not in the community.
Plays no video game ever.
Mortal Kombat creator Ed Boon hopes to make a Marvel versus DC game one day. I mean, I don't know how this hasn't been made yet. I mean, this would make so much. I mean, like I said, I'm not in the community, but it would make so much fucking money. It'd be so cool. I'd probably purchase a console just to get this damn game if it's done right. You know, like this would be so huge. But I know Marvel and DC are mortal enemies, but still, like this needs to happen, man. I imagine getting a game where you got Magneto fighting fucking, I don't know, Cyborg. Like that would be so fucking dope. Like. Like you got so many
Cyborg
iconic characters on both sides. I mean, is he made the middle anyway? But yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Cyborg, no
Essentially,
diffs.
yeah. No diss Magneto, bitch.
No diffs. Let's see.
Wait, no, hold on. You're trolling, right?
Do I want a Mortal Kombat DC versus Marvel fighting game? I don't think so, to be honest. Would I play it? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so no, I don't care about this. I'm sorry. They tried with Mortal Kombat versus the DC universe. That was oh my god, that was bad. And I don't want to see them do it again. So yeah, stick to Mortal Kombat or the Injustice games. Just make the Injustice games again, please. Thanks.
So let me ask you, Dom, because as someone who loves Marvel and DC like yourself, why would you not want to see those two come together in a fighting video game and get to see your most favorite characters fight each other?
Well, I feel like that's something, if they could do, they would have done 30 years ago. And the fact that they have not done it probably just means that it can't be done well. And I don't want them to put out some bullshit. So that's just my pessimistic view of it.
Alrighty. Bravo is reportedly going to reboot The Real Housewives of Atlanta with an all-new cast after season 15 gets dubbed the worst in franchise history. Now, of course, me and you don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I assume maybe we have some audience members out there that do. This is big in the women community. And so this could be a big hit. Like, I've never heard of The Real Housewives getting recasted. That's kind of crazy. Like, all new cast. Hold on, let me ask Deja, do you care about this news? You do care? Okay, so would you want The Real Housewives of Atlanta to get recast with all new people?
No.
Was season 15 the worst season ever?
No.
Okay, she said it wasn't. And so, yeah, we got some straight from the horse's mouth. Doesn't Avi watch that as well?
I don't think so, not anymore.
Okay. Oh, she's too grown for that. Dune Part 2 has been delayed until March 14th of next year. As Anakin Skywalker would say, no. This is my most highly wanted movie of the year. I can't. This is actually like devastating news to me. Yeah, I get it because of the writer's strike. Fuck these fucking Disney Corporation or whatever. I'm pissed, man. I have to wait a whole another fucking 4 more months for this shit now. I'm just pissed. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I wish I did. I wish I was more excited to see this movie, but I'm not. So,
anyway, the director Denis Villeneuve wants to make a Dune Messiah, which he says his quote is, "The words are on the paper. If I succeed in making a trilogy, that would be the dream." Because these two Dune films are the story that was from the old movie or from the book, but there are other books, and so he wants to make this into a trilogy, which I'm totally here for. I still think the Dune Part 1 that came out a couple years ago was like a perfect movie, damn near. And so I would love to see this expand out into a trilogy. So for Dune fans, excluding Julian, whatever, fuck him, guys, we might get a trilogy. Let's go out and support it.
Woohoo!
The Idol has been canceled at HBO after one season.
No!
All the horny niggas are in despair right now.
Yeah.
No more pointless scenes of titties but yeah, I mean, Julian, I know you're a fan of The Weeknd and a fan of this show to some extent. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man. Look, the show won me over. It did not start off great. The middle wasn't great, but I really enjoyed the ending, even though the ending wasn't great either. But
what? What kind of review is that?
No. Seriously, I ended up giving the show a B after I let it sit with me as far as my enjoyment level of it. Don't get me wrong. There's like a lot of things that are wrong with this show, and that I think if they could go back and redo, they would. But the best thing to come out of the show was the soundtrack, and I still listen to the soundtrack to this day. And because
I'm a freak, yeah.
Yes,
you know,
I want it bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought that there was more story to tell in between episode 4 and 5, but they just didn't tell it. And I was
there was like 3 seasons between episode 4 and 5. There was like 3 seasons of shit.
It ended abruptly, but I thought that was on purpose. But it seems like maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'll get picked up at a different network. Probably not. I'm probably never going to see this show again, which sucks. But as long as The Weeknd keeps making music, it kind of is what it is, honestly.
Yeah, well, even that's up in the air right now. But anyway,
it is. It's crazy.
I think HBO was like, "Hey, Weeknd, let's see what you got here. Let's see. Okay, we're on episode 3. Okay, yeah, you're nuts. Let's wrap this shit up." This nigga had 10 episodes planned out. Like, nigga, you're nuts.
Here's the thing, though. This show was very popular when it was on.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
crazy viewership.
Yeah, it had a lot of viewership and engagement. Usually, that's like the barometer for if you're going to get a season 2 or not. So like, I wonder what went wrong. Like it really couldn't just be the content, because whether the content's good or not, people watched it. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I'm curious.
Honestly, though, bro, the critics were bashing it so hard for its takes on women and all that kind of, how woke people are today. Maybe HBO just didn't want that smoke, I don't know.
Could be.
But there's two things I will miss about this show. Number one, like you said, the soundtrack is fucking amazing. I still blast it to this day. And number two is just, I got to see The Weeknd as Tetros again, like whether it be an SNL skit, like that, it was horrible acting, but just a sight to behold. I'll say that.
Yeah.
His portrayal.
I mean,
of Tetros.
I gave him his Tedros. I gave him a pass for every acting scene in this, but some of them were just blatantly hilarious, bro. It was just comical. Like, oh my god.
He looking at my girl. Hey, I'll fuck you up on Rodeo Drive, bro. Anyway, and last bit of news, some deaths here. I'm not sure if you know.
Wow.
I mean, I know you watch WWE.
I think with deaths. All right, let's do it.
I know you're a big fan of WWE. Are you familiar with the superstar Bray Wyatt? He has died at the age of 36, announced by Triple H. I don't know who the guy is, but I know that you are. What? Every time I talk about death, you get weird. Like, there you go ahead. Talk about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt recently passed away. Super unexpected. Apparently, he had like a heart condition, and he actually caught COVID again, and that worsened his heart condition. He had a heart attack and died, which is insane.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it really sucks. It really sucks. He had a wife and 2 kids and a brother that's in the business. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's never fun. Anytime something like this happens, totally unexpected. So shout out to his family and prayers to his family through this tough time. Yeah.
Was he like big? Like, were you a fan of him personally?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, through most of the time that I watched, he was a main event guy. He had a lot of storylines. I mean, even with John Cena, The Undertaker, and guys like that. So he was definitely one of like the top guys when he was there. So yeah, it sucks, man.
Speaking of brothers, I know like I've been seeing on TikTok, like I know like Roman Reigns and The Rock, they're cousins or stepbrothers.
Yeah, they're cousins, yeah.
And it's like 2 other Samoan niggas that are like in WWE too, right? They're all brothers, right?
There's multiple Samoan niggas in WWE, but yeah. So the Usos, they're twin brothers. They're in the WWE. Solo Sikoa is Roman Reigns' real brother, I think, or maybe it's the Usos' brother. I can't remember. And then there's another one of them niggas. So yeah, they're like there's like 5 of them there right now, and they're all related. Yeah.
Did The Rock start that trend?
What do you mean trend?
Of Polynesian niggas coming to wrestling and being prominent?
No. His grandfather, Hachi Peter Marvia, back in the '60s, started it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's like 60 to 70 years of Samoan wrestlers. The Rock was just probably the most popular.
Okay. Just curious about that. And actually, I want to see Roman Reigns like go to the silver screen. Like he has like the look. I don't watch WWE, but he has the look for sure. That nigga looks like a movie star.
He was in Hobbs and Shaw.
Barely. I mean, have you seen him act in anything else? Do you think he can make that jump?
I think he can make the jump. I haven't seen him act in anything else though. But yeah, I mean, like you, he's the guy in WWE right now. I mean, he literally hasn't lost a match in 3 years, which is crazy because I have not watched in 3 years. So from when I stopped watching back in March of 2020, like the nigga has not lost. He's had the longest championship reign in the modern era. And yeah, I mean, he was great. I got to watch him at SummerSlam. He was great. There's another pay-per-view this Sunday too. So I'm excited to see. Let's do it.
And last death is the voice of the original Harley Quinn from the Batman. Why are you laughing? What is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
What are you laughing at? You're crazy.
Harley,
okay.
What's her name?
What, like bad segue or something?
Yes,
anyway.
That was a crazy segue.
Okay, well, the original voice actress for the Harley Quinn in the original Batman series, who was credited for basically a lot of her current comic book iterations on live action iterations, like her mannerisms all came from this one woman. She passed away as well. And so it's just really sad and definitely a hit.
Sorkin?
Yeah, Arlene Sorkin, definitely a hit to the community, and she left a lasting impression. Man, Harley Quinn is one of the most like popular comic book characters ever now. I see a lot of her at Dragon Con, which I will be at Dragon Con, guys, on Thursday in Atlanta. Why just plug myself? Like, who gets the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah. But
turn your box. Okay. Yeah, Arlene Sorkin, man, it's crazy. Bruce Tim and Tim, I can't remember his name. Anyway, they literally created the character, like you said, based on her and her mannerisms for the Batman animated series cartoon, which is it's kind of crazy that like that wasn't not that long ago. I mean, 31 years ago, I think it came out in 92. So it's kind of crazy. Harley Quinn's still like a very new character in terms of history. And yeah, I mean, she wasn't even that old. She was what 65, I think, when she passed away. So yeah, RP to her. Prayers to Arlene Sorkin.
All right, guys, that wraps it up. Thank you, Julian, for another great pod.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
I'm
wrap it
sorry.
up. Doesn't wrap anything up. Guys,
Okay.
August 31st, when you hear this, wait, isn't it? What is that Friday? Let me check my calendar.
No, September 1st is Friday.
Okay, well, when you hear this on September 1st, hopefully you will have watched the live action One Piece. I'm so excited for it, guys. It comes out August 31st on Netflix. And yeah, every promo and everything that I've seen for this, including seeing Inaki, who plays Luffy, meet Oda, who created One Piece. The amount of promo that they're giving this makes me excited. The early reviews that I've seen makes me excited. And hopefully this is actually going to break the Netflix curse and it's not going to be some trash live action. Hopefully that they can do it justice. Yeah, I'm super excited for it, man. I'm not looking forward to Equalizer. Who gives a fuck about that? I'm probably going to watch Strays, even though I know you think that's like beneath you or some shit.
Totally beneath me. I actually been hearing good things about it. Who knows?
So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I will be watching the live action. Oh yeah, and Ahsoka is also out, which I have not gotten to watch either. So yeah, a lot of things on the horizon, man. I'm excited. Yeah, Mondi, you're the best. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Enjoy.
Stop.
But